continuing our exploration of whether, and if so in what circumstances, you can get away with not bothering to make a will. Let's look at the simplest scenario in which that often applies, which is if you're a married couple and you've got no kids, because in that situation you are each other's nearest relative according to inheritance law generally. So if you didn't have a will and you passed away, your spouse would automatically inherit everything that's yours and also have the job of putting your affairs in order. Relatively straightforward, not a problem. Gets a bit more complicated if you split up, which obviously sadly does happen. Because there will be a transitional period between you splitting up and actually being divorced, you know, having your decree absolute. And during that transitional period, which is often when things are at their most contentious between you as exes, if you were to pass away, your ex would still be your legal spouse, and those same consequences of them inheriting everything and becoming the sole person responsible for putting your affairs in order would still apply, which is why a lot of people who start out on their divorce journey, one of the first things they do is redo their will to say, look, if something happens to me, this is who I want to put in charge of things, this is who my executor is, and this is who I want to inherit what's mine, not my ex who I've just split up with, basically. Okay, so yeah, stuff to think about in that scenario. Now, don't forget, if you're a fantastically committed couple who's been together forever but you're not married to each other, none of this applies, okay? You are not regarded as each other's relative even, never mind nearest relative, for inheritance purposes. And so if you're a couple living together and you want to make sure that you're providing security for each other for the long term, if something happens to one of you, then making a will is absolutely imperative in the vast majority of circumstances. So yeah, that's kind of the most simple and obvious of the can I get away with not making a will situations that we'll look at. We'll explore a couple more over the next few videos, but if this raises a question for you, feel free to drop me an email. My email address is always set out in the description to my videos, so feel free, drop me an email, ask me your question. I'm always delighted to hear from you, always happy to answer your questions. Talk to you again soon. Bye.